Why did Hitler want to exterminate the Jewish people? The Nazi regime of Germany, especially during World War II, killed more than 6 million Jews. If Germany had not been defeated, even more Jews might have been killed, possibly to the point of complete annihilation. In his youth, before rising to power, Adolf Hitler was described as a polite person who followed a vegetarian diet, avoided harming animals, and showed some religious devotion. However, after going through many painful life experiences and eventually gaining absolute power in Germany, he changed drastically. He became ruthless, responsible for mass killings, and for starting World War II, most notably overseeing the murder of more than 6 million Jews. So, what were the reasons behind Hitler's orders to persecute and kill so many Jewish people? First reason, personal resentment from his youth. When Hitler was young, he had a strong interest in art. However, while living in Vienna, Austria, he was rejected from an art academy. This deeply humiliated him. He lived in poverty for about 6 years and rented a small room owned by a Jewish landlord who reportedly treated him with arrogance and disrespect. At that time, Vienna had a large Jewish population, many of whom were successful business owners or landlords. Hitler's observations and negative experiences led him to develop deep resentment, not just toward individuals, but toward Jews as a whole. Second reason, perception of economic control. While living in Germany and Austria, Hitler believed that Jewish people controlled much of the wealth and economy. He saw many native Germans and Austrians struggling with unemployment or working low-level jobs, while Jews were often in positions of economic power. This perception fueled his anger and strengthened his hostility. Third reason, the death of his mother. Hitler's mother died of breast cancer in a hospital where some doctors were Jewish. Hitler believed that she had not been properly cared for and blamed her death on negligence by Jewish doctors. This further intensified his hatred. As Hitler gradually rose to power in Germany, he began systematically persecuting Jews, forcing them out of their homes, confiscating their property, and relocating them into ghettos. Jewish businesses were destroyed, and both soldiers and civilians were encouraged to abuse those who resisted Nazi authority. When World War II began in 1939, Hitler ordered the mass deportation of Jews into labor and concentration camps. Millions were forced into brutal labor, treated like slaves, and many were executed. These atrocities extended beyond Germany to other countries occupied by Nazi forces. This persecution caused hundreds of thousands of Jews to flee Europe, many heading toward Palestine. Other contributing factors, historians also point to additional reasons. Racist ideology. Hitler believed that Germans were a superior race and that Jews threatened the purity of the German people. Blame for World War I. After Germany's defeat in World War I, Hitler believed the country had been betrayed internally. He blamed Jewish elites for encouraging Germany to surrender. Political strategy. Hitler used Jews as a common enemy to unify Germans and to justify seizing Jewish wealth to support his war efforts. Between 1939 and 1945, more than 6 million Jews across Europe, especially in Germany, were murdered in what is now known as the Holocaust. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.